Good evening, my friends. We are live. This is the Eli King Show. Our motto is live free or die. Thank you for joining me on this lovely, beautiful Saturday when you should be outside. Thank you, because I want to be outside. I don't want to be here, but I'm here for my country. I'm here for my people, damn it. Oh, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited already because, Verizon Fios is having a problem airing my damn show, the whole channel's blocked out, channel 36. So, I'm losing a lot of viewership here. You know, this could be like 1 million people. Anyway, all right, we need to fix the Verizon Fios problem. God bless America, and hopefully it will be fixed. But right now, let's get on to some news. Who knows why the Verizon Fios channel is out of whack? But could it be a conspiracy? Could they not want my message going out? Who knows? But the whole channel, could they take down a whole channel because of one show? I don't know. I doubt that. But hey, you never know. All right, first story on the agenda today is gun confiscation begins in New York. Yes, sir. Second Amendment activists are expressing concern that authorities in the New York state have begun moving towards mass gun confiscation after a man had all his firearms seized by police over a 15-year-old misdemeanor charge. Gee, I didn't know the 1968 Gun Control Act had to do with misdemeanors. I thought it only had to do with felons. Well, yeah, with the New York SAFE Act that Governor Cuomo enacted, that piece of garbage, that monkey's ass, basically, if you have mental health issues, if you have any misdemeanors, if you have anything, if the police want your guns, they're gonna come and get them. And, yeah, the Stasi force is coming out, and pretty soon they may, instead of using the state police or your local sheriffs or NYPD, they may use Homeland Security. Now, Homeland Security has been doing some drills in Illinois, I believe, and we have a video of that we're going to go to. Here's the title of the article: Homeland Security Feds Swarm Small Town in Bizarre Unannounced Show of Force. Yes. Here is Homeland Security agents coming to a town near you to confiscate your guns, New Yorkers. You better watch out. Let's go to the damn video.
Federal agents swarmed Livingston, Illinois. From Bommarito Automotive Skyfox, you can see Homeland Security, the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, and other police agencies. Residents there have a mystery. Why were federal, state, and county agencies in their town?
Rocky Madden joins us live from Livingston with the video you'll see only on Fox. An impressive show of force that has everyone talking.
Neat, and then whenever all the armored trucks started showing up and everything, it made me kind of nervous, and I thought, what's going on?
The peacefulness of the town of 850 was broken by all the excitement.
I think it was pretty cool, actually.
The law officers would not comment about their operation, even to the school superintendent, and they were using the school district land.
I did not get any information on that at all.
You wish they would have told you ahead of time?
Well, I understand their business in terms of what they're doing, so they can't always alert us. But yeah, it would have been nice if we would have at least received the phone call.
Our friend Joe went over there and they told him that they were waiting for something big to happen. They were on standby.
All that we received from them was that they were using this as a staging area.
The site became an instant attraction for citizens who say the officers were hospitable, inviting the kids to check out the choppers up close.
It was pretty cool inside, but we couldn't go inside because it said they had weapons in it.
Now, late this afternoon, a family that lives a few miles southeast of Livingston told me that some 10 police cars showed up at their neighbor's home, apparently related to what happened here in town. But we can't confirm that yet. A spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Fairview Heights will not comment on all these activities, but we could learn a lot more about this case tomorrow. In Livingston, reporting live, I'm Rocky Madden, Fox 2 News.
All right, well, there you have it. They are using Homeland Security, and they may use they're going to use Homeland Security to take away our guns. You better believe it. They are the United States Nazi Stasi force. And, but nobody cares, you know. All they care about is Brazil. Oh, Brazil lost. Oh my God, soccer. Oh, the game is fixed. Look, this guy's crying. I mean, like, who gives a crap about a fixed soccer game? All right, anybody want to call me up? 212-245-7273. We are live. Man, we got a phone call. Let's get to it. Caller, you are on the air.
How you doing? How you doing? God bless you, Rebel. I just wanted to bring a point about those chips that they're planning putting on people.
RFID chips, yes, sir. Go ahead.
That's another one for the book. I want to know what you think about that.
Oh, I think it's highly disgusting. It's the mark of the beast, 666. You know, with the iPhone, the new iPhone coming out, you know why they call it the iPhone? Because one day it's going to go in your eye. And then people are going to line up around the corner to get this new iPhone. Oh, it's going to be the it, man. I'm going to be the it on the block with my new iPhone in my eye. The mark of the beast where they can track me and shut me down whenever the hell they want. All right, I appreciate the call. Anybody else want to call up? 212-245-7273. And you give me a call, just lower your TV, listen to me through the phone, and we'll have an excellent show. All right, let's move on to some more news here. Yes, and this is all over the damn newspapers. Here we go. Let's open up the paper. We got some school stuff. But, yes. First, they attack Governor Christie. Besides just 80% off crap. Yeah, Governor Christie here is under attack by this Hockley guy from Newtown. Yes, they're calling Governor Christie a coward. I agree, but on different terms. Governor Christie is a traitor and a coward because he doesn't know which side he stands on. Either you stand on our side or just get the hell out of the way, you piece of garbage. Calling Colorado rule in backwoods. When I wish I lived in Colorado. See, they legalized marijuana. They kicked out the damn senators and the congressmen who voted to take away the guns. Now these are people I want to live with. And you know, there's most of these ninnying so-called libertarians here in New York who are just totally against guns. It just makes me sick. But yes, the parents of this kid who was supposedly killed in Newtown, even though, they declared all the kids dead within 8 minutes, which is amazing. No helicopters were called to rescue these kids. There's so many red flags in the Sandy Hook. I just think it was a hoax. All the kids were in closed caskets, not one open casket. What else? What other red flags they got going on here? It's just so many. Oh, not one of the parents. See, these parents can go on the newspaper and go after Governor Christie, who is a scumbag. But they can go in the paper and go after Governor Christie, like I said, but they cannot go after the school system and sue them. Why are there no lawsuits against the Newtown school system? In every school shooting, Colorado, parents have sued the school system. This is a red flag to me, okay? Wolfgang Halbig, we got to have him on the show. Hopefully, God willing, we can have him on the show. He's an investigator, and they went after him for asking these 16 questions. I believe there were 16 questions. 16 red flags that makes him believe that Newtown was a hoax. Now, if you agree with me, give me a call, 212-245-7273. Let's go to it. We got a caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to ask you, what do you think's going on down on the borderline in Mexico? In Texas and Arizona. How are they treating those children down there? Could you give me an answer on that?
Oh, the poor MS-13 gang members they're calling children.
No,
listen.
these are little babies coming over the borderline.
Yeah,
How the heck do they
why
get their
why are
kids?
90,000 children all of a sudden flooding the border? I'll tell you why. Because Obama's planning to shut this country down through subsidization, through socialization.
I'm looking for a reasonable solution to a very big problem. We got to help these kids out. These
Well,
are kids that need
I
help.
have a reasonable solution. We can
this
help
is
them
the
out,
United
but we
States
have
of
to
America.
indoctrinate them to become
We can't just
constitutionalists.
send them back to death.
I don't agree with you,
Please,
sir.
give
I
me
mean,
a reasonable solution, sir. You're
we
the
have
answer,
to
man.
indoctrinate them
Help me
to
out.
become
Help me out.
constitutionalists. We cannot allow them to make this country into a whole blue state, okay? We need to educate them about our Constitution, our American history, and as long as they swear an oath to
me a reasonable
uphold and defend the Constitution, then they are Americans in my eyes. But if they're going to vote socialist, if they're going to vote blue and democratic, then they could go back
You're
where the
being
hell they
ironic.
came from. No,
You're
I'm
being
not being
ironic.
ironic because the Democratic Party are the new
You're
Communist
dismissing
Party.
The solution of the. Please, sir.
So what's the solution? You tell me.
You tell me. That's what I'm calling
I just
you. What
told
is
you
the
the solution.
How are we going to help these kids?
I just told
got
you. I
90,
welcome them all. Give me your
50,000
poor. Give me your
children.
tired. Give me your whatever, yearning to be free. That's what America's all about. But if they're going to be voting to take away my constitutional rights, then I don't want them here. If they're going to be indoctrinated to be communist and socialist, then I don't want them here. I don't want La Raza. I don't want the North American Union. I don't want open borders, okay? But if you want to come to my country and you want to defend the Constitution, then you're more than welcome.
You're reacting like a reactionary. React like a reactionary. You are a reactionary.
I appreciate the call. Ah, boy. Yeah, because I love to react. I love your question. It was a good question. Thank you for the question. But yes, like I said, I welcome all immigrants into this country. That's how this country was built and founded. Okay, through immigrants. What do you think? Well, technically, yeah, I am a Native American from the island of Puerto Rico. I guess I'm a damn Taino Indian, but which the U.S. took over in 1898. But like I said, this country was built by immigrants. Okay, so I welcome all immigrants, as long as they're going to defend the United States Constitution. People forget the United States Constitution, our Declaration of Independence. I explained this last week. Apparently we have another phone call. Let's go to it. Caller, you are on the air. Lower your TV, please.
Certainly. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes. I just wanted to say something, is that when you really get technical about it, except for a handful of African nations, every country, also with the exception of maybe Cambodia, is a country of immigrants. However, if you don't have borders, you don't have countries. Now, FDR, people always compare Obama with Bush whenever Obama does something that he's caught with that's bad. And they compare him with Bush. But what I'd like people to start doing is to compare Obama with FDR. In the 1930s, because there was such an influx of Germans and Italians and Irish, FDR had put a referendum that no more Irish, Germans, or Italians could come over because there were so many that America was starting to tilt towards one nationality over the others. Now, I notice they don't do that with people from Africa, the Caribbean, South and Central Americas, and Mexico. Why? I don't know. It's got to be the votes. You take the WPA, which was the Works Progress Administration that FDR put forth. If people keep pointing to FDR's programs as being wonderful, why is it those two programs the Democrats always shy away from? These people coming in here, you can't help but feel sorry for them. But I think it's really horrible that people would abuse their children by taking their children and selling them to put them out there in the desert where they can be raped, tortured, killed, which many are, and that the Democrats are using this for their own political purposes. Now, again, when you really get down to it, the American Indians, of which I have Choctaw in me, were not part of of America. They came here like everyone else. So when you really get down to it, American Indians were the first illegal immigrants. The only one who may not be able to make that claim would be the first one. Anyone after him is an illegal immigrant. So I'm saying, if they were to put up borders with the National Guard and let people come in here correctly, but these people are coming in here, they have to live on the system, and they're going to be given jobs. And then blacks and Hispanics in particular, who are U.S. citizens, such as Puerto Ricans, black Americans, Dominicans who came here legally, they're going to take those jobs away from them because they are going to work for less money. And you're going to be sure you're going to get a great quality of work, because if there's one thing people from South and Central America and Mexico do, is they work extremely hard and they try to obey the law. But you see, this is why the right is getting upset, because Obama refuses to put up an actual fence and to put the National Guard, something that Mexico does. But no one's calling Mexico racist. It's something that Ecuador and Guatemala do. No one's calling them racist.
Exactly.
No one's calling Panama racist.
We can't go to Mexico and just cross the border and get
no,
free
look
welfare.
At this man, exactly. Look at this man who's in the Mexican prison right now.
Yes, the guy with the gun charges,
He went up to the authorities. The sign said nothing about Mexico. It just said U-turn, which would give the impression you can make one if you want to. But they're keeping him there, and that's why you say to yourself that Mexico literally shoots Ecuadorians that come into their country, unless they're sure they're only doing it to get to the United States. But trust me when I tell you that when you have minorities in this country that say bring them in because it's going to change the fabric of America, it's going to change them having jobs, and they will be displaced when it comes to housing, because where are these people going to live? Now, I'll tell you one thing before I let you go, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. These white liberals who, when I get off the phone, are going to call up and they're going to call me racist and bigot and all this, if you notice one thing, that the only blacks and Hispanics that they're letting in Manhattan are the ones that they let come in here to work for them and then go back and live in two fair zones, also known as Brooklyn and Queens. And when you speak to these phony limousine liberals, they say that if you disagree with them, you're a racist. But when you ask them, why don't you make the rents and the qualifications easy so that blacks and Hispanics and people of Middle Eastern extraction can live in Manhattan, they will give you the same response. I don't want those people living in my neighborhood. Oh, I don't care if they live in Brooklyn and Queens and Long Island, close enough to come to work for me every day, but I don't want them in my neighborhood living here. Just like with stop and frisk. The white liberals were all against it, but they wanted it to continue in Manhattan. And I've seen it continued in Manhattan, but not in the boroughs.
You're absolutely correct.
You see, because you have to remember one thing, and you cannot forget this. The Democrat Party is entrenched in racism, discrimination, bigotry, and misogyny. Now, they can't bring it back the way they had it in the past, in the 1800s, and the way they fought to keep it. So what they're doing now is to keep blacks and Hispanics where you cannot own your own homes and businesses so that you can be dependent on them, much like parents that don't want their child to leave home. So they go around to all of the businesses and all of the apartments and they say, don't rent to my child, don't hire my child, because they're irresponsible. They're doing this to keep them under their control. So when people say the Republican Party and the Democrat parties are not the parties of what they used to be, yes, they are. Because the Southern Democrats did not pick up and move to the North, and the Northern Republicans did not move to the South. What it was is their descendants said that they disagree with their ancestors. And the Southern Democrats' descendants said, you know what? The Republicans were right. Nobody should be in slavery and women should have the right to vote. And the people in the North said, you know what? The South should have won. The blacks should have stayed in slavery and women should have never been given the right to vote. When it came time to registering, they registered as Democrats in the North, and the Southerners said our ancestors were wrong, that slavery was wrong, and not giving women the right to vote was wrong. So we're going to register as Republicans because we believe that everybody should be judged individually and everyone should have the right to be free and to vote. But the left will sell you a bill of goods. See, that's exactly what a house Negro does. That's the true definition of a house Negro or an Uncle Tom. He lives in a house, he reaps all the benefits. When the slaves start to rebel, he comes out and he says, listen, man, why are you being greedy and thinking of yourself? You're going to rock the boat and ruin it for me and my family. Now, if you want there to be any change, I'm already in the house. I got my foot in the door. So if you want change, you better calm down and leave it up to me. Then he goes, I don't like, and he'll say to them, I don't like this cracker that we work for any more than you do. Then he goes back to the slave master and he says, you see, boss, you see why you got to keep me in the house, me and my family? Who else can parlay with my people the way I can? They play both ends against the middle, and then both in the end suffer.
It's like LBJ said, you know, we got to give these Negroes a bone. That's
exactly it. He waged the war on poverty, and he brought it down from 14.5% to 14%. But yet, the person you should look to is Adam Clayton Powell Jr. In the 1940s and 50s, he brought boycotts against the stores overwhelmingly owned by whites because they wouldn't hire blacks. And he said, if we're good enough to shop in your stores, we're good enough to hire, and they wouldn't do it. So he said, fine, I'm going to wage a boycott. And he told the blacks, don't call them names, dress respectfully, march in front of their stores, and ask people nicely not to shop in them. And they stopped shopping in there, and they had to hire blacks. And he said that black people will never know real freedom unless they own their own businesses and their own property. And the white liberal establishment told him to knock it off. They told him, if you don't, we will make sure you will never have any power, you will never be able to run for any office, because if blacks and Hispanics go on their own and own their own property and work for themselves, they won't be dependent on us, and then we'll lose our power. And that's when he started to drink heavily, and that's what killed the man. So people are going to call you after I get off this phone, and they're going to call me all kinds of racists. But there's not one who can dispute one thing I've said to you. And you're a gentleman. I thank you for granting me so much time.
Well, I appreciate the call. You're a great caller. Thank you. Thank you very much. A lot of great points there. Yeah, I agree with most of what she said. Yeah, she's absolutely right. This, you know. What are we going to do? All right, let's move on to some more news. Next article here. Feds investigate racist depiction of Obama as a zombie. Yes, we got some photos here. Let's go to photos. Apparently, if you depict Obama as a zombie, you're a racist. Yeah. So they're going to investigate you if you don't like Obama now. Just like they may investigate that woman who just called. Speaking of callers, we have another caller. Maybe they have a point or two. Caller, you are on the air.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's good, brother? How are you?
I know, it's been a couple of weeks, because I thought they'd clear up the problem with Verizon, because 36 still ain't working.
You see, you got Fios, Steve, and it's not working. It's not working for me either. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Something is up, man.
It's out of control. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Maybe a glitch or something, because it said about blackout.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe,
I can't even go
they don't
online
like freedom.
to look at you.
Not online. Why not?
Oh, MNN.org? Because
yeah.
I think it's something with the signal or something, man. I don't know.
Get out of here. Well, I'll have to look into that. Wow.
Oh, yeah, but anyway, make a long point short. You know about the invasion in Israel, about the Gaza Strip and all that?
Yeah, Hamas tried to bomb the nuclear plant in Israel, trying to start World War III.
World War III, right?
Yeah, good for Hamas, those scumbags.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, what about the purge that everybody is talking about? Because the purge anarchy, because I know that's going to send a strong message on what's going on, which I urge people to see.
The purge?
About the purge, yeah, anarchy, yeah.
Who knows? That's what they may want in the future. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, this is something about what's
apparently it is working online. I could see myself here. They just punched it up. But yeah, Steve, we only got a couple of minutes left. I'm going to have to let you go. We got another caller. I appreciate the call. Caller, you are on the air.
Yeah, that lady that just called in with that
oh, boy. Yeah, go ahead.
She she was brilliant. I mean, she broke
thank
it
you.
down, absolute truth. I got to take my hat off to her and my toupee off to her. And I'm a white cracker, and boy, she was on the spot. That's all I wanted to say. She was brilliant. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate the call. All right, really quick, let's get into this next video. It's about Common Core. The guy's absolutely right. I want to talk about Common Core, the wonders of modern education and Common Core, and why we need to get rid of this damn Common Core. There was an article in here bashing the critics of Common Core. Bill Hammond from the Daily News is a scumbag. This is what's going to happen with our children in the future with Common Core education. Let's go to the video.
Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope you guys have a safe, fun day, and you guys need to be more appreciative because this earth is 2014 years old. That's a long time. Nigga, we made it. The presidents, they fought for freedom. Whoa. Without the president's help, we would not be free right now. So yeah, instead of just partying and stuff, you guys should actually be thankful and pray to the presidents because they actually gave us freedom. So bye.
There you go. By the year 2022, they predict 1 in 4 children will not graduate high school. 1 in 4 children will be left behind, okay? That's George Bush's No Child Left Behind Act. Yeah, congratulations to Common Core. We need to get rid of Common Core, seriously. Yeah, it's sickening. It is really sickening. Yeah, my kids were supposed to be left back this year, but I stood up and I fought against the tyrannical communist principle from PS 137, that witch Miss Rodriguez, and guess what? They're being promoted. All right, let's take this last phone call really quick. Caller, you got about 20 seconds. What's on your mind?
You know something? I agree with you 100%. That caller that called later on, the woman, she's very, very right what she was saying. I agree that we need to help the children from Mexico that coming this way, and we need to do our best. But where the hell the money that we're using, the millions of dollars to help those Mexican kids? Why we don't help the kids from the projects? They keep selling drugs. The drug dealers from today, they're not the OGs from the old days.
You're absolutely right, sir. Unfortunately, we are out of time. I appreciate the call. The war on drugs is a fraud. We need to end the war on drugs. That's why all this damn gun violence is going on. Hit the bumper music. Join me next week and every week, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on MNN.org. God bless America. God save the United States Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance.